still. You're greatly appreciated. Baker here for three. Knocks out pitch here from Turner. And that's going to be a fly ball center field. That's going to get Hillman with a double and scored. And that's a deep fly ball left field. And it's going to be gone. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome live here on the WHS Network here on YouTube.com here from Daleville High School in Daleville, Indiana. We have tonight's junior varsity matchup between your Wapahani Raiders and the Daleville Broncos. Again, greatly appreciate you all for tuning in here for this Monday night of Wapahani Raider volleyball. Kind of a rarity. We don't really have too many Monday night games throughout the course of the year. This might actually be our first one. But glad to have all you with us here this evening. Again, I'm your play-by-play broadcaster, as always, Brandon Morvillius. Alongside here with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. We'll get right into things with our Raiders Live pregame show presented by the Liberty Perry Alumni Association. So this junior varsity team, again, just trying to continue to get games underneath their belt here. They've played now 4 games. They're a perfect 4-0. And, you can definitely tell they're continuing to get better, continuing to learn, how to play together. You got, a whopping 6 of them here. So everybody's getting to play, getting the feel of the game each time out there. And hopefully not only building individually, but more importantly building as a team and that togetherness and be able to come out here and perform at a very high level each time out. And so, this is going to be another great game here tonight. Great time to come out here, put your best foot forward, and hopefully progress in the right direction and get a W at the end of the night. That's what you play for. And so this Daleville team, again, not quite sure exactly how good they are, but they're playing on their home floor. They're determined. They're ready to win, and hopefully the Raiders are as well. So we're really looking forward to this evening. Even in the varsity game later on. That's going to be a great matchup. Daleville, the varsity squad, 14-3. Wapahani, 13-1. They've been off, really both of them have been off to a great start to the season and has been able to sustain that throughout the course of the year. And so that's going to be an interesting matchup later on. We hope you all are able to tune in there for that one. But, at least for the time being, this junior varsity game will be coming up here in about a minute or so. We'll have the player introductions, and then the beginning of tonight's matchup again here between your Wapahani Raiders and the Daleville Broncos. Again, make sure to stay right here with us. We got it all coming at you live here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All righty, folks, welcome back here live on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network here on YouTube.com. Again, thanks for spending your Monday evening here with us as we'll take a look here at tonight's teams. First and foremost, here for your Wapahani Raiders. Again, the six are number 1, Lauren Rich. We have number 3, Shayna Ray. Number 5, Anne Marie Gibson. Number 6, Sophia Beeson. Number 8, Bailey Carpenter. And number 9, Anna Buck. Again, your Raiders are coached by Caitlin Riddle and assisted by Paige Williamson and Madison Mangos. And so now we'll take a look here at the Daleville Broncos. And so they look like this. Number 12, Mallory Ingbrecht. Number 19, Maddie Atchison. Number 20, Trishelle Johnson. Number 15, Bella Jones. Number 3, Anna Manieri. Number 11, Caitlin Martin. Number 5, Sydney Nixon. Number 4, Alexis Purdue. Number 2, Cassidy Rees. Number 18, Madison Shelton. Number 16, Emma Voss. And number 14, Olivia Wilkerson. The Daleville Broncos are coached by Tyler Harris. So again, that is tonight's lineups here, folks. Again, we'll go ahead and step aside again for a quick break. And we'll be back with tonight's start between Wapahani and Daleville here on the WHS Network. All right, folks, again, welcome back here. Wapahani and Daleville coming your way here this evening. Again, from Daleville High School in Daleville, Indiana, about a 25-minute drive or so back to the west of Raider Country. Again, junior varsity team here for Wapahani has been off to a great start. Again, it was a little while in between games from the first time they played until the second time they played, about 2 or 3 weeks or so, but glad to see them back out here on the floor. They've been playing very, very well. You got 6 girls that are out here trying to give it their very best each time out, and they've been very successful so far at 4-0, and so hopefully we can continue that here tonight and put on a great performance and come out and win a ball game here tonight on the road. And so the Raiders will have the first serve, and that will be number 3, Shayna Ray. Now again, we're not going to be able to necessarily show you everything as far as some of the serves and everything like that due to where we're at on the floor. We're stuck in the corner. But we appreciate Daleville for allowing us to be here this evening as Lauren Rich will get the night started here for Wapahani here with a 1-0 lead. But again, we're going to try to cover as much of the floor as we possibly can here. And like I said, hope you all enjoy this evening. Handled or mishandled there by number 9, which is actually not on our roster sheet. So that's interesting. So 2-0 here, already a quick timeout from Daleville. So we'll go ahead and stick right here with you during the timeout. We would like to thank some of our sponsors here this evening. Again, we can't do what we do without them. So we would like to send out a big thanks here to the Liberty Perry Alumni Association and President Richard Morris. They serve as the Wapahani Center and Selma High School alumni. Make sure to visit the online website at www.libertyperryalumni.com. So again, greatly appreciate them here for their sponsorship of us on the WHS Network. That's a 2-0 Wapahani start here in set number 1 of the evening. Out there into the rafters. Great job there by Isom to stay with, or not Isom, pardon me, Reese to stay with it right there. As that one will fall in there, Sophia Beeson just tips it across, gets the point there for Wapahani as they now take a 3-0 lead. Mishandled right there, and now number 15 on the attack. That was Bella Jones. Rich now back at it, and we're going to have a net violation here on Daleville. So a 4-0 start. Again, Shayna Ray still back to serve here for your Raiders. We'll come in there into picture there in just a second there. On the attack is Jones again. That time it will fall in. They're off the deflection from Carpenter. And so Daleville will get on the board here for the first time this evening. We'll have a substitution now in the ball game. Number 12, Mallory Ingbrecht. And back to serve will be number 2. That is Cassidy Reeves. Carpenter on the Beeson. Blocked right back at her there by Jones, but the Raiders won't get it back across. A little 4-hit call here on your Raiders. Handled by Rich. There's the Raiders getting it back over. On the attack this time, Ingbrecht, and that was short-lived right there as the Raiders will take the point now, 5-2 lead. Now with Lauren Rich back to serve. And that's going to be served out of bounds there by Rich. And so another substitution into the ball game for the Broncos will be number 16. That is Emma Voss. And now back to serve will be number 20, Trishelle Johnson. Carpenter sets it on up there to Buck, and that was a swing and a miss there by Johnson of Daleville, but luckily for her, the ball landed out of bounds. And that's going to fall in there for an ace for Trishelle Johnson. So after a nice 4-0 start here from Wapahani, Daleville is managed to tie this one up. Beeson hits that one into the net. And now Daleville has taken a 6-5 lead. Johnson serves it out of bounds, ties things right back up at 6. And we'll have number 8, Bailey Carpenter, back to serve. Jones there on the attack, dug by Carpenter. And Marie Gibson sets it there to Beeson, and it just out of bounds. And so Daleville will take the point. I don't know, rather there was a touch there by Daleville, so they're calling the point good there for Wapahani. They're saying that there was a deflection off of someone. And so now the up referee will get the line judges together. And so, again, during this brief timeout, we would like to thank some more sponsors here tonight. Big thanks here to East Jackson Auto Sales, located at 3100 East Jackson Street in Muncie, Indiana. Owner Alan Clark and his family ran dealership has been going strong since 1977. They're known for their honesty and quality pre-owned vehicles that leave you driving home with a smile on your face and a nice vehicle you can rely on. Make sure to check them out on Facebook and contact them at 765-284-3472. And so they re-changed their minds again for the second time. First it was Daleville's point, then it was Wapahani's point, and now they've changed it back to Daleville. Okay, so looks like we finally got everything squared away. That was number 15, Bella Jones, back there to serve just a moment ago. Buck on the attack, unloads on that one and stamps it on down for a kill. Evens it up at 7. And so the Raiders will have number 6, Sophia Beeson, back to serve. And Daleville will get it over. That was number 6. Buck back on the attack. Dug out here by number 16, Emma Voss. Dug by Carpenter. And that one will fall in. Point there for Daleville. So now 8-7 Broncos here with number 12, Mallory Ingbrecht, back to serve. Handled by Carpenter, shanked off there to the left side. And so that will be an ace and a 9-7 Daleville lead. On the attack right there, close set to the net there by Gibson. Buck really couldn't do much with it. And we're going to have a timeout taken here by Wapahani. 10-7 Daleville, set number 1 here of the evening. We'll step aside for a quick break, and we'll be back following those timeouts. All right, folks, again, welcome back following the timeout. 10-7 Daleville here in the first set of the evening. We greatly appreciate you all for joining us. Again, if you're just watching here for the first time, I'm broadcaster Brandon Morvillius. Alongside here with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. On the attack right there, that was number 16, Emma Voss, as Daleville unable to get it back over. So let's see if the Raiders can start stringing some more points together again. And after a 4-0 start, kind of tailed off here a little bit, not much. But we'll have Buck back to serve, Anna Buck. Shanked off there to the left side. Voss keeps it alive, and a little free ball action for Wapahani. Set up here to Rich and hammers it down with some authority. So 10-9 is your score. Number 2, Reeves with a setup there to Voss. Beeson there to dig it out. Gibson sets it up there again, close to the net. And rescue there by the Raiders will get the Broncos their 11th point here in the first set. Substitution here, number 14, Olivia Wilkerson now in the ball game for the Broncos. Back to serve will be Emma Voss. Handled by Beeson off the serve, set on to Rich. Getting close to the net. Gibson right back to Rich one more time. Dug by Wilkerson, and there's Rich off the head of Reeves, and a point and a kill for Lauren Rich. So Gibson will now be back to serve.
Probably them because Minnesota sucks.
And Daleville will get it over. Nice acrobatic play right there by Martin. Dug out. Now the setup here to Wilkerson briefly. Dug out by Buck. And now Rich on the attack. It should have been 4 hits. But the Raiders will end up getting a point. I didn't think that Daleville touched it, but that's why I'm not the referee. That worked out in your Raiders' favor, so we'll take that. Wilkerson nearly had that one. Now Bailey Carpenter sets it on there to Ray. And so little miscues starting to mount here for Daleville. Your Raiders have now been able to answer back. Well, 5-1 run. The Raiders were down 10-7. Martin there was on the attack, set up there. And bad pass there from Reese, unfortunately, there for Daleville. And so again, the Raiders will have Anne-Marie Gibson still back to serve. Nicely done right there. Well-placed serve off the hand of Gibson. Turns out to be an ace. Hopefully the young ladies there from Daleville are all right. They kind of played a little ping pong, if you will. Bounced right off each other. So an 8-1 run Wapahani is currently on. It's exactly what we was hoping to see right here from your Raiders. A response. And did Gibson touch it? They're saying that she did. And so Daleville will take the point. It didn't look like the line judge necessarily wanted to say, but they ended up getting a call right there. So 15-12. Handled there by Buck. Now set on up to Rich, and she puts it down again. So Lauren Rich having a heck of a nice game here for herself so far. As the Raiders will have number 3, Shayna Ray, back to serve. So the Hammer will get point number 13 for the Broncos. Here as number 2, Cassidy Reese, will be back to serve.
Not anywhere better than ours, but
Gibson off to the right side. Nice hustle by Carpenter, but unable to get to it in time. Still got a close one here. 2-point lead for Wapahani. See if the Raiders can get it back going again here. Handled by Rich. Carpenter just tips it over. Wilkerson will get it across. Buck digs it. Carpenter sets it up, and Beeson will put it down for point 17. So Lauren Rich now serving. Reese with a set up there. That was to Ingbrecht. Nice dig there from Gibson. Beeson back on the attack again, and another one that falls right on in there. Sophia Beeson with the kill. As Wapahani has now answered back with a pair of their own here in a row. And there's an ace for Lauren Rich, finding the back corner. And the Raiders have now stretched that lead out to 5. And I would be willing to bet right here if the Raiders get another one, tack another on the board, which they don't, so never mind. I was going to say you might see Daleville take a timeout. So a couple of substitutions here for the Broncos. Be number 16, Emma Voss, as well as number 20, Trishelle Johnson, now in the ball game. Johnson will be back to serve in this 19-15 first set action here from Daleville. Set on up to Buck, and that was tipped right back down by Mallory Ingbrecht. Buck received it, and Bella Jones answers with a block. Carpenter tried tipping that pass over there from Anna Buck. And unfortunately, that didn't work out too well for your Raiders. Carpenter one more time, this time to Beeson, and that one will fall in. So Sophia has another answer here for Daleville.
Forget that. That just went right off the rim.
So Bailey Carpenter now back to serve. The Raiders just 5 points away from taking the opening set here this evening. So serving here for Daleville, number 15, that's Bella Jones. And that is right in front of Carpenter and Rich for an ace. So somebody's got to call that right there. Communicate, take that ball. I mean, that can't really let that one fall in. Unfortunately, it does. But, of course, that's a lot easier said, when you're sitting here along the sidelines. But... and that one ricocheted off the basketball goal and falls in. And so now Daleville has managed to tie it up after the Raiders having a 5-point lead. Things have now dwindled down to an even 20-20 here in set number 1. And again, we'll go ahead and stick right here with you during the timeout. We would like to thank some more of our sponsors here this evening. So again, greatly appreciate Jones Auto Body, again owned by J.R. Fannin, located at 1901 East Memorial Drive in Muncie, Indiana. Jones Auto Body has been one of Muncie's oldest and largest auto repair and paint shops, in which they have been servicing the community since 1982. If you have any questions or need them, take a look at your vehicle. Make sure to contact them at 765-284-2593. Again, that is Jones Auto Body, assurance of quality. So as we get back to the game again, tied here at 20 here in the first set. Heck of a way to begin the evening with such a close ball game like this. We've got Jones back there to serve. Rich keeps it alive. Buck will get it across. A little free ball action here for Daleville. Ingbrecht on the attack. Rich there again. Gibson on the Buck. Jones digs it and mishandles it briefly as Wapahani comes away with the point. So Sophia Beeson now back to serve. I'm not quite sure how they didn't get her with 2-hit call right there. But nonetheless, ends up being an ace here for Beeson. Shanked off there to the right side, and there's another ace. Back-to-back aces here for Sophia Beeson. And so now Daleville has to take a timeout. So another response here from Wapahani. As Daleville tied it up at 20, had all the momentum now on their side. The Raiders took a timeout. They responded back here with 3 consecutive to really put themselves in the driver's seat to take this first set here this evening. Again, make sure to stick around. Later on here from Daleville, we'll have tonight's varsity matchup between two teams that have been very hot this season. Wapahani coming in 13-1, perfect 5-0 in the MEC Conference. Daleville at 14-3 and 4-1 in the MEC Conference. So again, we'll have that coming at you here live on the WHS Network later on. Carpenter's right there now. Gibson sets it on to Anna Buck. Yes! Anna Buck strikes again for the kill. And the Raiders are just 1 point away from taking the opening set here tonight, 24-20. So Beeson back here for set point. Handled right there by Johnson. And the Broncos will not get it over, and what a way to end it here in set number 1 as your Raiders go on a 5-0 run to end the first set to lead this 1-0 over Daleville here tonight. We'll step aside for a quick break, and we'll be back here with set number 2 here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.
Hi, I'm Austin Rich with Next Home Elite Real Estate. Next Home Elite Real Estate's primary focus is to enrich lives by helping people find their next home. As one of Delaware County's premier realtors, I provide consumer-focused branding, the newest technology, and a marketing plan that provides superior service to all of my clients without compromise. For any and all of your real estate needs, contact me, Austin Rich with Next Home Elite Real Estate at 765-749-4546.
Folks, welcome back live here on your home, the Raiders, the WHS Network here on YouTube.com. Jones Auto Body game break as we are just about set to begin set number 2 here this evening. Again, Wapahani taking that first set 25-20. Again, Daleville went on a nice little run of their own right there towards the end. The Raiders had a 19-15 lead. Then I believe it was 19-17, then 20-17 Wapahani. And then Daleville able to tie things back up at 20. Raiders take the timeout. Then after that timeout, the Raiders had a response there for Daleville and put up 3 consecutive. Daleville then took a timeout. The Raiders continued that run and ended things on a 5-0 run to take set number 1. So hopefully that momentum will carry over in the set number 2 right here this evening from Daleville. Again, I want to thank you all for tuning in. Greatly appreciate everyone for joining us here on this Monday night. Kind of a rarity that we have a Monday night game, but we're happy to be on here this evening to begin this week and hopefully on a right note. There's Gibson there to receive that serve. Set on to Rich on the attack, and we're going to have a net violation on Daleville. So Wapahani will get on the board here in set number 2. We'll have Lauren Rich back to serve. And that's going to head on out of bounds. So 2-1 Daleville. We'll have a couple substitutions here for the Broncos. We'll have number 16, that is Emma Voss, as well as number 20, Trishelle Johnson. Johnson will be back to serve. And that will be into the net. So back-to-back serving errors, one from Wapahani, one from Daleville. Ties it up here at 2. And number 8, Bailey Carpenter, now back to serve. Shanked off there to the right side there off of number 6. So an ace for Carpenter. Another well-placed ball. Worked out beautifully here for Wapahani. And another ace again, went right back to the same spot. Same girl received it. And so if you might have found a little glitch here defensively for Daleville, you got to execute on this opportunity. Let's see if Carpenter goes right back there again, and she does. This time handled. Jones on the attack, and that one will fall in there. Again, kind of deflected right there off the net. Really, Anna Buck really couldn't do a whole lot with it, unfortunately. And so Daleville back here within 1. Ingbrecht now in the ball game, and Jones back there to serve. Handled by Ray, set on to Rich. It worked out. There was a brief miscommunication there between Anna and Lauren. But Lauren ended up taking it. So 5-3 with Sophia Beeson now back to serve. Ingbrecht keeps it alive there as Daleville will get it over by number 16, Voss. And will that stay in? It sure does. Heck yeah, 6-3 Wapahani. Reese here with a setup there to Ingbrecht. There's Rich to dig it out. Gibson will set it up right on top of the net. Back at it again is Buck. Soft touch right there. Nice pancake there from number 6. And no, we're not talking about breakfast foods. Oh, there's Anna Buck, though, with the kill. All right, there's Carpenter. Gibson will set it on there to Buck. Shanked off there to the right side, but Daleville gets it over again, and Buck one more time around. This time connects with a kill. So it has been all Wapahani so far, 8-3 now here in set number 2. Again, if you are just now joining us, the Raiders took the first set 25-20. And Beeson really connects with that one. Unfortunately, lands well out of bounds. And so we'll have number 12, Mallory Ingbrecht, back to serve. Handled by Beeson. Gibson sets it on there to Ray. Ingbrecht digs it out. Reese will set it up there to number 11, Martin. As that was tipped right back down by Anna Buck. Set right back to her there by Gibson. Dug again, this time by Voss. Oh, look at a quick reaction there from Anna Buck. Rich will dig it. Gibson sets it, and Buck will put it down. You'll love it. The dig, the set, and the kill. As Anna Buck will now head behind the service line. She'll be back to serve in a 9-4 Wapahani lead. And that's going to be hit out of bounds. Point again goes here to Wapahani. As some of the passing woes continue here for the Broncos, that will force them into a timeout. 10-4 Wapahani here in set number 2. We'll step aside and we'll be back here with more on your home of the Raiders with WHS Network. All right, folks, again, welcome back here. Jones Auto Body Game Break. Again, we would like to thank some more of our sponsors here this evening. A big thanks there to East Jackson Auto Sales, located at 3100 East Jackson Street in Muncie, Indiana. Again, owned by Alan Clark and his family-ran dealership. Been going strong since 1977. So go ahead and check them out on Facebook. Contact them, 284-3472. So as we get back at it here for set number 2, Wapahani with a 10-4 lead. Anna Buck back there to serve. On the attack right there was Emma Voss momentarily. Rich connects and gets the kill. Again, hopefully this camera view is all right here this evening. That's the best we could do. Talked about that a little bit before the game, but tried to get the best camera view we possibly could. Greatly appreciate Daleville for allowing us to be here this evening, as we'll have a substitution. Number 14, Olivia Wilkerson, now in the ball game for the Broncos. Back to serve will be Emma Voss. Gibson sets it to Rich. Soft touch right there, falls right in the middle of the floor and between all 6 of them. As Wapahani will once again expand that lead back to 7. We've got Anne-Marie Gibson back to serve. Handled there by Etchison, and now Martin on the attack. Buck will get there. Nice dig there from Anna as Shayna Ray gets it across. And that's going to be a 4 hit right there by Daleville, as Wilkerson unable to get that one over the net. Etchison again, now Reese just plants it right over the net, and the Raiders unfortunately unable to react in time. Threw the Raiders a little bit of a curveball, if you will. Now 13-6 with number 6 back to serve. Buck, Carpenter, Rich, dug out right there by Reese. Wilkerson gets it across, and now we'll have a net violation here on Wapahani. I think that's their first net violation here of the evening. And we've got a foot fault across the line. I think that's the first one we've had all year. So Ray back there to serve. Rees will the set up there to Jones. Dug by Gibson, but not much to handle with right there for Carpenter, unfortunately. So 14-8 here with Ingbrecht back in the ball game. And number 2, Cassidy Rees back to serve. Skips that one up on top of the net and down onto the floor on the Raiders side. As I always say, you love them when it works out for you. You hate them when it goes against you. Just one of those things, unfortunately. So Rich will get the Raiders back on the board.
I know when to move and when not to move. Hey, I know when to move and when not to move.
So Lauren Rich now back to serve with this Raider 6-point lead here in the second set. Nice serve there from Lauren. Set on there. That is Ingbrecht on the attack. And great hustle by Gibson. Unfortunately, got right past her there. Here's we'll have a couple more substitutions. Voss and Johnson back in the ball game.
It should be up like 19-6 by now.
So Bailey Carpenter now back to serve, 16-10 Raiders. Again, great hustle there from Wilkerson. Or Voss, actually. That was Emma Voss. Excuse me. So great hustle, didn't work out as Wapahani continues to expand on this lead. Well, short serve there from Carpenter. Set on to Jones. Left hand that time as Beeson gets to it. Little free ball here for Daleville. Jones back at it again and splits the defenders, Ray and Carpenter. So Jones with the kill. And she'll now be back to serve. Gibson will chase that one down. Ray will not get it over. Again, it's miscommunication right there. Rich to Gibson to Buck. Dug out by Jones. Reeves will set it up, and goodness, Ingbrecht barely gets there. Buck back on the attack one more time. Dug out there by Voss. And that was a missed opportunity there for Daleville. Bad pass over there to the left side. So that was to their demise right there. Now back to a 6-point lead here for Wapahani. Beeson back to serve. Voss gets it across. Carpenter, Gibson, Buck. A recipe for success. 19-12 and a timeout from Daleville. So we'll go ahead and again stick right here with you during this brief timeout. I'd like to send out a big thanks here to Dr. Kara J. Wolf, DDSPC. Again, located at 3915 Wheeling Avenue in Muncie, Indiana. Make your appointment now to receive great care and leave with a pristine, beautiful smile. You can contact them at 765-288-1560. Their hours are 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Thursday. Also, a big thanks here to FC Tucker, Muncie Realtors, Ted Cook and Joanne Davis. Let Ted and Joanne be the key to all of your real estate needs. Buying, selling, or investment properties, we get the job done. Call Ted Cook, 765-744-8143, and Joanne Davis at 765-748-1316. So again, following the timeout, will be Wapahani 19, Daleville 12 here in set number 2. Got Sophia Beeson back to serve. The floater serve here from Beeson. Reeves with a setup there to Voss. Bad setup right there, unfortunately, there by Reeves. Fortunately here for Wapahani, he was able to execute on that. So the Raiders just keep on keeping on here in the second set. It's really not been all that close here in set number 2. Wapahani's had that 6 to 7 point lead, at least a pretty good majority of the ball game here this evening. Reeves here with a setup to Martin. Gets that one to sneak over. And it'll work out too well for Wapahani. Again, 21-13, Eambrecht back to serve. Just a little off there with the pass that time around. Rich received that serve. Sat on the buck. Oh, that was beautiful execution right there from Anna. Great court recognition. And was able to sneak that one over the outstretched hands there of the blocker. So the Raiders now 3 points away as Buck will serve that one into the net. So Daleville stays alive as number 14, Olivia Wilkerson, will now sub onto the floor. Back to serve will be Emma Voss. Buck right there. Gibson will set it up there to Ray, and there's no 4 hit right there. Great hustle from Beeson, but unable to get to it. Gibson will set it on up here, left side to Rich, dug out. Carpenter gets to it. Now Gibson back to Rich one more time. Voss gets to it, and Daleville gets it back over. Number 6, able to make sure that happens. Beeson again there with that attack in the back row. There's Buck. Oh, bad pass there, but the Raiders were able to get away with one. Rees with a setup. Wilkerson gets it back over. Here's Buck. Gibson on Rich. Dug out again, this time by Voss. And Wapahani will take the point, as we'll have a 2-hit call. So that was a long one right there. Long point. And so we'll have Anne-Marie Gibson back to serve. Got Etchison also now back to the game for Daleville. As the Raiders are having a tough time getting the ball over the net and keeping it in bounds the last couple times here. Mishandled by Rich. There's an ace. And so Daleville trying to get back into the thick of things. Again, I believe was down by as much as 9. But the Raiders are letting them hang around. That's one thing you don't want to do. You got them down. Now you just got to finish them. And Rich does it right there with point number 24. So here we are at match point. We'll have Shayna Ray back to serve. And hopefully wrap up tonight's JV game. And that one's gonna just fall just a little bit out of bounds. So 24-18. Again, at the conclusion here of this one here tonight, we will not have a Raiders Live postgame show, as there's another ace. So again, no post-game show following this, and we'll have to get prepared for the varsity broadcast here in just a little while. Reed's back there to serve. There's Gibson. Carpenter will set it up to Rich. And yes, that's going to end it. Lauren Rich there with a kill. 25-19, your final here in set number 2. Again, Lauren Rich claims the victory here tonight for Wapahani, again here in straight sets. Again, we want to thank you all for tuning in here for this junior varsity matchup. Again, we'll have tonight's varsity broadcast coming up here in about 15-20 minutes from now, somewhere around in there. So we hope you all tune in there for that one. Again, that'll be on a separate link here on YouTube, and you can also join us on ihsaatv.org/Wapahani Raiders. So, folks, again, congratulations there to Wapahani, now 5-0 here on the season. And they'll be back at it on Wednesday night at 6 from Raider Gymnasium as they will be taking on Monroe Central. So until then, folks, then we'll have our varsity broadcast coming up here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.